Hi guys at Indie TV, it's Dave Man Max 6 for a special edition of Muscle Beach TV inside Golds Gym Venice with newest IFBB Pro Brad Rowe.
How's it going, Dave?
It's great, man. I should be asking you that. How is it to finally win that pro card after all this time? I mean, it doesn't seem like that long, but you know, you've been competing pretty much like for 3 years straight, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's in the big picture of things, I haven't been doing it long, but I've been non-stop, so it seems like it's been forever. You know, 5 shows my first year, 2 shows the next year, 3 shows last year, 3 shows this year.
Wow.
You know, all pretty much national level shows. Yeah. So, you know, last year was definitely frustrating, not hitting peak at all. This year came back and had a decent package at USA's. Finally brought it at North Americans, my best package, and just missed out on the pro card there. And I had planned on shutting it down. You know, after that, I told myself going to the show, regardless what happened, I was going to stop. But when you're that close, you know, everybody was like, just keep going, just keep going. So on to nationals, and finally got it. So now it's just trying to figure out what the next steps are in life.
So yeah, let's talk about that. When you come so close at you say I was gonna just shut it down for a little bit and regroup and all that stuff, and you said going is a lot of people that you're working with, including your training partner, have a lot to do with your decision of continuing to go to the national. I know you have a great team behind you. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I consulted with Charles. You know, I train with Charles Glass now, and I work with Chris Aceto now, and you know, I just kind of asked them, you know, what do I do? What's next? I mean, when you're that close. You know, it's hard to shut it down, because for me, it's always been a struggle to make weight, and you know, that's kind of why I missed peak, you know, the past couple of years, because you know, I should typically hit the stage at about 235, but to make that 225, it gets so depleted, and you only have a day to fill out. So many issues, you know, come with over-carbing or under-carbing. So you know, when we finally got together, North Americans got a great package together. It kind of boosted my confidence, and Aceto, you know, he was just like, just keep rolling. You know, he's like, this game's 90% mental, and you have the mental capacity to do it. And he's like, you don't bitch and moan and complain. He's like, you know, so if you think you can handle it mentally, then keep rolling. So that's what we did.
We were talking just a minute ago off camera with about the great training partner, 4th place Mr. Olympia, Sean Roden, and talk about, and he said he was a great inspiration for you, not only a training partner, but also business and all that. So talk about what it's like to train with Sean.
Yeah, Sean's great. You know, he's a very humble individual for someone that's had a lot of success in a short period of time. You know, you see him in here and he's saying hi to everybody in the middle of his workouts or whatever, and he's always been a great supporter of me, you know, touching out to me while I'm at shows and always wishing me luck and just trying to guide me, you know, making the right business moves and moves for, you know, myself as an athlete and as a business entity. So I'm very grateful to have someone like him in my corner, you know, as well as Charles and as well as Aceto, you know, who have been through all this before and can kind of guide me in the right direction. So I am making the right moves.
That's really, it seems to be a recurring theme that, people that are successful in bodybuilding have a great team behind them. I know you have a great understanding, fiance, who's also competing, and Charles and Chris and Sean, like you were talking about. Talk about all those people in your life that are making such a positive impact.
Yeah, I mean, it's, having the support system, like you said, it's 90% mental in this, and if you don't have people that are behind you and help guide you in the right places and pick you up when you're down a little bit, or level you out when you kind of get too high, you can definitely get caught up and you get lost. So, my girl is amazing. She's very tough mentally. So, we have our spats like every other couple does, and competing adds a lot of stress, but, we yell and scream at each other for 2 seconds, and then we're off and we're loving, and, we're 100% supportive, and we keep each other accountable. If I walk in the kitchen and she sees me making a protein pancake when I'm supposed to have 10 ounces of fish or something, she'll slap me upside the head and say, hey, come on. And I do the same to her. So
it keeps you in check.
Yeah, and I do as her as well. So, it's great.
That's awesome. Now, you also started a new business not so long ago that seems to be doing very, very good. Talk about that. It's great that already at a young age and starting your pro career, you already have, I don't want to say a backup plan, but a business, plan.
Right. I mean, I knew that, I'll never be Mr. Olympia, and
Never say never.
Well, right. But those are never my aspirations, and I knew that I had to do something long term. When I first started my life, I thought I was going to be a doctor. I went to, grad school, this and that.
Oh, wow.
So I knew that I couldn't retire off being a trainer or a bodybuilder. So I was cooking food for a couple of clients, and the idea started this business. So we started Pro-Formance Food. I have a business partner. My fiance helps out a ton. So, we cook 2 days a week and deliver meals to your house, drop it off in a cooler. You get, your whole week's worth of food right there for you, prepared exactly how you need it. Wow. If you're a competitor, we do hit your exact macros, use the condiments that you can or can't use. Wow. And then we have our lifestyle portion, which is 20 different menu items a week that I create. Wow. That are all on the healthier side, but some home style things like some shrimp scampi or a healthy turkey meatloaf and things like that. So I'm a foodie. I love to eat. I always love to cook. So I just found healthy ways to make the food, and it's steadily growing. Obviously we can always put more effort into sales and whatnot, but for people that have full-time jobs and competing, it's been steady growth since June when we started. So
and how can people find you, your business?
You can go to, you can email me, Brad at pro-formancefood.com, or type in Pro-Formance Food on Google, and we have a website there that you can contact us through.
And they can also probably friend you on Facebook.
Yeah, friend me on Facebook. All of my information's there, Instagram as well. My website's there, and my email's there.
So, how do you feel as a new pro? Tell me, what's the feeling like? You feeling different yet, or?
No, it's
still the same old Brad.
Still the same Brad. It's an accomplishment, and I'm very proud. That I was able to do this, and in a relatively short period of time. I mean, obviously I'm not a Leverone or some of those guys that turn pro after 2 shows, but 3 years or so in the industry, and I turned pro. It's relatively quick. So I just know that I have a lot of work cut out for me. Now I'm stepping on stage with guys like Dexter and guys like Sean and some of the greats.
Hopefully Dexter retires soon.
Yeah. I'm praying. I kick him in the leg every time I walk by him. I'm like, just end your career. So there's a lot of work, and I've looked up to these guys, and you see them in here, and no matter how good you feel about yourself, you see those guys walking around, you're just like, ugh. I know. So it's just figuring out what's next for me, whether or not to take next year off and really grow, or hit something kind of later in the year. So my fear of taking the year off is kind of getting forgotten about, and what won me my pro card was my hardness and my conditioning. So I'm afraid that a long off season I may lose that dense, hard look that I've got from competing so much. Right. So, we'll see. I got to have a long conversation with Sean and Charles and Chris and my fiance and see what the right direction is, not only as an athlete, but as a business entity.
Now, next question. Are you going to come to Max Muscle to sign my Wall of Fame as a pro?
I will definitely be there with joy.
That's
so
awesome.
Whenever you want me down there, I'll be there.
Anytime you want, man. All right, so we're going to wrap it up. Brad, I'm very, very happy for you. This is a long time coming, and I'm very happy. Enjoy the moment, and then we're going to see you next on the pro stage. I can't wait.
Sounds great, Dave. Thank you very much for having me.
It's Dave Mad Max 6 with Brad Rowe, new IFBB Pro. We'll see you next time, you guys.
What's up? This is Cedric McMillan. Now, I told you before to go to MD Supplement Store. Now, you need to get down there and get all your stuff, or else.